Alrighty guys, it is I, ChrissieGirl. Welcome to my next playthrough, and it is Ristar for the Sega Mega Drive, or Ristar, depending on what the hell you want to call it. I calls it Ristar. This is one of my favourite games actually to play. Definitely remember playing this one when I was a kid, and I still love it to this day. Depending on what version you're playing, the story's going to be slightly different. Obviously I'm playing the English version. In the English version, obviously there's Greedy, the geyser, and he's taken over the universe or some shit like that, and the hero of the universe has been kidnapped. Inhabitants make a prayer or something and wakens up the hero's son, Ristar. If you're playing the Japanese version, I think it's slightly different, where they pray to some goddess or something and she sends one of her children, which is Ristar, to answer the call. I don't remember, but I know that the story differs slightly in the Japanese version, and that Ristar's dad doesn't come into it in that version. So yeah. This plays very much like Sonic in regards to the fact that there are 2 acts and there's going to be a boss as well. Other than that, it's very much a different platformer. Ristar doesn't move very fast, and he attacks by grabbing things and smashing his head into it. He has stretchy arms, as you can see, and you need to use them to grab onto things and swing your way across bars and round trees like so, and all that stuff. And yeah, it's a neat little concept. The concept actually originally came from an idea they were toying with before they came up with Sonic. They originally were toying with quite a few ideas for their mascot at the time, and one of them was a rabbit that could grab rings with his ears or something like that. And that idea didn't obviously make it through, but it did sort of come back with this game, except the rabbit turned into a star with stretchy arms. And yeah, I absolutely love this game. It's one of my favourite games. It's a nice, decent game with a fair amount of challenge to it. You know, I really can't say a lot about this game that's bad, actually. This is just a whole lot of fun to play. It's simple, but it's effective. You have these swingy poles, which you can swing around and go flying into the air, and yeah, they're cool. But you'll also find these particular swingy poles, which, I don't know what they're called, I'm just going to call them swingy poles. And they take you to, like, these hidden areas where you can get the treasure. I believe the treasure just gives you, like, passwords at the end of the game, depending on how many of the treasures you collected. I'm not aiming to collect all the treasures, because quite frankly I can't be bothered. But they're not hard to get, generally. They also give you a bonus score if you're the type of gamer that cares about your score. Excuse me. You'll generally need to fight like a little mini boss at the beginning of, like, shall we say, the first act. But they're never really tough. They're really basic. There is one annoying one a little bit later in the game, about halfway through the game. But, you know, they're not really hard. They're just rather basic. Occasionally you'll find little hidden areas on walls where you can get like a little extra item, like, you know, points or stars, which, you know, represent your health. Oh, and you get higher points by going high up in the air. But I couldn't be faffed because I screwed that one up. Takes a little bit of timing. So, Act 2 of Planets Flora is the Dark Woods. Each of these levels do have a theme to them. The first planet is obviously very much a nature planet. A lot like the classic Sonic games as well, in that the first level is, you know, a green lush land, sort of, in some way or form. Or forest even, in this case. It makes for a good first level. This is a really basic level to do. It does get harder though. Got a lot of little enemies. I can't remember what they're called. I keep thinking of Orbot for some reason, but I know it's not an Orbot. Orbot is the guy from Sonic Colors, that robot. I can't be faffed to remember their names. I don't go into my playthroughs doing any research. I just go into my playthroughs looking to play a game and have fun with it. And have fun watching me play it. And sucking at it. If you swing from these guys, you can get to the second hidden item. Generally, I don't bother too much with getting the secret items in this particular playthrough, but... ah, fudge, I missed it. But the hidden item's up there. You can kind of see why I didn't fucking bother going to get it. But it is literally up there. So, any of you who actually care, there it is. I don't remember where all the hidden items are anyway. Because I just don't see the point to them. There's only one real password that I sort of care about in this game, and that's the level select password. Like, if I wanted to skip ahead to a level later on, I would rather be able to do that than having to play through the whole game again. The password, by the way, is I love you. Easy password to remember. It's almost as easy as the Sonic 1 level select code. So, boss arena, Raiho is coming. Is that how you pronounce it? Raiho? Riho? Oh, I'll say Raiho. This boss is really easy. It's just a 3-hit boss. He floats around, but then he gets this thing stuck to his back, and he's like, evil! Just hit him 3 times, and then hit the thing that's on its back that drops off. The second and third hit, he's just going to go higher up. If you time it right, you can defeat the thing on its back and get it to fall off before he lowers himself down, because he will lower himself down eventually. I'm not too concerned though. He doesn't really have that many attacks. He'll send like these things flying down at you like snowflakes, but they're easy to dodge, and yeah, this is a really easy first boss. Never ever had trouble with it. Even when I was a kid, I never had trouble with it. I was able to beat this level easy. Talk about finding a easy first level to go with. So, we've finished Flora. Time to head to the next planet, peoples! And I have no idea why I keep yawning. So let's fly to the next planet. The next level. It looks like a water planet. And you would be right, it is a water planet. Planet Undertow. Generally, most water levels suck, in my experience, bar from a select few. I mean, I don't hate water levels the same way that other people do. I mean, I've known people really hate water levels. But I generally don't mind the water levels in Ristar. I thought they were okay. Ristar can breathe underwater, so it's not like you have to worry about drowning. Anyway, hidden item over here, right at the very beginning of this level. One of the easiest ones to find. And it's also a pretty easy one to get if you know what you're doing. Just swim fast and stuff. You do have a 60-second time limit to get these treasures, otherwise you've blown it. The treasure generally tends to go the same way each and every time. So, just swim the opposite direction and grab, grab, grab. There you go. Easy. But anyway, you know, Planet Undertow is not a bad water level. I mean, there are some water levels that people obviously don't like. Like, I know many people don't like the Sonic water levels. I thought the Sonic water levels were okay, actually. But then again, that's because I kind of appreciate the challenge now. Whereas when I was a kid, I hated them because, you know, the water themes, the drowning theme scared me back then. But the Ristar water level's really easy and, you know, you don't have to worry about drowning or anything. I mean, he's a star. Would stars really drown in water? I don't know. Seems pretty unusual to me. But yeah, I think this game came out quite late in the Mega Drive's lifespan. I think it came out roughly around not long before the Saturn came out, or I don't remember actually, but it was definitely a late game in the library. So many people may not have experienced it when it initially came out. I think I did. I don't know if it... I'm pretty sure I did. I don't know if we borrowed the game or if we bought it, or if we owned a copy. I don't know. Come on up. Some of the water enemies can be a little bit difficult, but they're easy enough to get to grips with. Like the one with the little tentacles underneath, they you know, they can spark with electricity once in a while, so you kind of have to be careful not to grab them while they're sparking with electricity. Hidden score. Points, I should say. Try not to touch those spikes. I don't know if they kill you or not, because I've never actually allowed myself to touch them, but I'm pretty sure they kill. Or at least hurt you badly. This is really straightforward, just like 3 things. And you just smash them up. And then it does it again. And then again. And then that's it. This is so basic that it's laughable. Excuse me. Smash the fishies. I don't know why, but whenever I see that puddle, I have to stand on it. Even if it's not the safe place to stand, I have to stand on it. Does anyone else ever feel that way? Once you've done that 3 times, level ends. Act 1 ends, I should say. I can't help but call it Act 1. It's just so like Sonic. Anyway, Lost Palace. Or Act 2. Okay, so... Lost Palace really isn't that much more difficult. I mean, there is a slight annoying aspect of it. If you want to get rid of that star, I think you have to go in the water. You've got these frogs and these things. You have to get rid of those faces, because otherwise the frogs will just keep respawning. You can jump across those bubbles. If you do that towards the end of the stage, you can get to another hidden item area thingy. But I'm not too concerned about going to do the beginning one, because it's just a chest with something in it. None of these enemies are particularly troublesome. But you have to defeat them in order to proceed. I'm not going to complain too much about it, because this game doesn't, you know, force it on you a lot, you know, destroying enemies in order to proceed bullshit. In fact, it's a rarity in this game, so I'll let it off. I mean, it's not like, say, Sonic 06 or a game like that. It does it all the bloody time. These snails are kind of annoying. They have 3 smaller ones floating around. You can destroy that. Oh, destroy them, and then his head's going to come out, and then he's going to fire like little things at you once in a while. So it's all about timing. It's really easy. If you're really quick here, you don't ever have to worry about this thing blowing you back. I have never ever not made it. It's just so easy. As soon as those ones get in the water, they're going to come back to normal, so you may want to destroy them. Not that it matters all that much, because we're getting out of the water in a second anyway, but it's just what I do. They call me the Destroyer. The star who destroys all. Ah, fudging frogs. Go away, froggy. Ah! See, that's kind of annoying placement. You wouldn't be able to reach him otherwise. The face, that is. Ah, crud. Time in. And that. There we go. This level really isn't all that bad either. I think the next level is where the challenge starts slowly coming in. If you get the wrong chest first, you have to fight an enemy. But if you get the right chest, then you don't ever have to worry about fighting an enemy. You get a star and the score. Nearly at the end of this level, actually. It doesn't take long at all. With regards to the things that could possibly blow you back, if you hold on to the handlebars, it'll stop you from blowing back. But that's kind of self-explanatory, you know. Nearly at the end of the level. Nearly there. That bloody little star is really annoying because it slows you down and takes away your ability to jump properly. Destroy the froggies. Evil froggies. We don't want any big the cats here. 1, 2. This can be kind of finicky, but it's not that bad. It's just a little bit of practice. And there's the hidden item for Act 2. There is a hidden item in every act. And yes, I'm going to refer to it as Act 2 because it is so like Sonic that it's funny. Not surprising really though. I think they were made by the same people. You know, the same developers. Correct me if I'm wrong. This one can be kind of annoying. Because it's all about, you know, timing and getting the right sort of... Fuck! I don't know if I get this one or not. This is the only one that I find annoying and struggle with. Just this one. None of the others. I'm okay with all the others. It's just this one. Here we go. I do get it. That one takes a little bit of practice if you're not used to swinging. But that was the Lost Palace. Relatively easy stage. All these complaints about water levels, Ristar does it right. Ristar provides a good, easy water level. OSAT! Is that OSAT or OSAT? This boss isn't that hard. A little bit harder than the first one. I mean, he can probably kill you if you don't know what you're doing, but he's not that hard. You don't have to worry about drowning, so... But yeah, this shark's going to just swim around. You hit it, and it knocks out a plug. Got to do this so many times. And then eventually there's going to be no water left, because every time you knock out a plug, the water level's going to go down. Occasionally he's going to smash against the wall and drop bricks and that on you, and he'll occasionally like swim by and drop something else, like almost like fish or explosives or something. I can't remember. This attack he rarely ever pulls off. He always seems to do this attack when I'm playing this game. Maybe it's just because I beat him too quickly. I have died to this guy before, but really? He's not that hard. Hit him one last time when the water's gone and that's him defeated. And we can leave Planet Undertow. That's the first world. We didn't do too badly. I'm probably out of tune because I'm talking over this, where the music is muted as well, so yeah. But anyway guys, that was part 1. We tackled the first 2 worlds of Ristar. In the next part, I'll tackle the next 2 worlds of Ristar. Oh, that should be fun. I'll see you then. Sayonara.